Hey, welcome back to Python MC. I'm your Python MC coach, Richard Ashe, and in this section we're going to have fun just breaking code. We're going to find how many different errors we can create based on the previous session we did on variables. So let me play around a little bit, and you should be able to see what I'm seeing right now. And this is just the code we played with last time that we created in EarSketch, mainly just a bunch of variables with a couple functions. So how do I break variables in EarSketch? Let's try this. Let's see. Let me just, for example, put in the wrong name. That's a pretty simple error, and you'll see error down here. It'll be a name error. It'll say hip hop dusty groove. That's not defined. Okay, so we got to put that one in because that's not. You need the value of the variable to be equal to an actual media clip that exists in EarSketch. Another thing we could do is, let's say we call this, let's say clip 1, clip 11. We run that, we get a name error. Name clip 1 is not defined. So in this case, we accidentally spelled this wrong, and then you'll see this down here. It says, well, clip 1, I've never heard of clip 1 before. You didn't tell me what clip 1 is, because we put in 2 ones. Another common example for breaking code is capitalization. Again, it's another name error where it just says clip 1 is not defined. So that's some pretty basic ones. Another one that you'll run into in particular in EarSketch is the camel case. So the first letter will be lowercase, and then the first word in the function name. So fit media is kind of a two-part name smashed together here, and the second word in that name, media, has to be capitalized. And a very common mistake here is when you don't capitalize it, again, you'll get this name error. I've never heard of fit media. What are you talking about? So you got to make sure that the second letter is capitalized, and that is also true of insert media. I will break it here, and you'll see the same error. It's a name error. Okay, so you're starting to get the gist of it. Another common error, this is not just particular variables, it's actually in particular to fit media and insert media and any of the built-in functions in EarSketch, is if I don't put in enough parameters. So it's expecting 4 values. It's expecting a media clip name, which we call clip, and as the variable name. Track, which is just going to be a track number. Start, which will be another integer, which will tell you which measure to start on, and then, well, actually, excuse me, start can be a float because it could start on a half measure. So, so let's put in this and see what happens. It's going to tell me there's a type error because it's expecting fit media, which is really an object type, effectively. It takes exactly 4 arguments, and we've only given them 3. Okay, so we've given them 3, and the last one should be an end. So we'll run it, and this time it'll work. And I could actually make this end at 20.2, and that should also work. What if I try to put this in here in quotes? Would that work? And no, it wouldn't, because it's expecting that. Now it's saying, well, you didn't give me an end location. I was expecting the data, the end location must be a number. Okay, and so I'm going to put that back to being a number, and then this time it should work. Okay, let's see. Some other basic errors. I could easily do, let's show you this one down here. If I screwed up the order of this, I said equals plus. Let's see what that happens. It runs an overlap error. Okay, so now we got a problem because now you see the tracks are overlapping because you made it equal 1 effectively. That effectively means it sort of ignores the plus and says, oh, you just mean positive 1 as opposed to negative 1. And so now what's then happening, you'll see this error where it says overlapping clips, hip hop dusty groove 01 and hip hop bass 01. Because originally these were supposed to be on 2 separate tracks. We were supposed to put in dusty groove first and bass sub second on 2 separate tracks, but now it's trying to put the same trying to put two different media files onto the same track in the same place. So it just says, well, you're overlapping, so it kind of cancels each other out. So if I go plus equals 1, then it increases the track number by 1, and then you'll now see that it's put on two different tracks. Okay, let's say, so we've seen overlapping tracks, we've broken fit media, we've broken insert media. We've done a pretty good job. Oh, here's a basic one. Let me just delete finish. If it doesn't see finish, this is very specific to EarSketch. You do not see this in standard Python. It just says, finish is missing. And similarly, if you don't put in, let's say if I got rid of insert tempo just by commenting out, it's going to tell me, it's going to throw me some errors there, just around. In this case, it's overlapping clips. I'm going to go ahead and change insert tempo and see if that works. And that's ran successfully, no overlapping clips. Yeah. So we've had some fun. We've broken the code. We fixed the code and debugged it. And what you just need to take away from this is, one, there's lots of ways to mess up in EarSketch. There's lots of ways to mess up in Python. There's lots of ways to mess up in coding. That is just part of the jam. You just got to get into it. And you got to embrace failure as feedback. And that's all it is. It's just telling you, oh, you made a mistake. This is the way to fix it. It's the same way if you're speaking a foreign language. If you speak English and you were trying to speak Chinese, you have someone to tell you that's actually not the way to say it. Here's the right way to say it. That's just feedback. And that's exactly how you learn. Same thing with EarSketch and same thing with Python coding. When you hit a bug and you get an error message, that's just giving you feedback. You just need to play around with it. Maybe look something up on Google, look something up in the documentation, figure out what the bug is and get used to it. And after a while, when you can catch errors, if you can see an error and debug it super fast, that just gives you confidence that you're starting to wrap your head around computer programming and Python and EarSketch in particular. All right, so that's it for this session. Get into it, have fun with it, break it, make it your own, debug it, and we'll see you next time on Python MC.